Hi Gemini, I hope you guys are doing great today. So we're going to go into general messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for March 9th to the 15th. Now those of you who watched any of the videos that I did yesterday, I started with the love read because a lot of people requested that I start with the love read, but I have to tell you, I wasn't jiving with it. Like, it's just the methodology of the whole process. It feels more right to me on a soul level to start off with the Celtic cross and then segue into the relationship read. So just in case, if you're watching this for your sun, but maybe your rising is Scorpio or Sagittarius or Aquarius, Capricorn, whatever, one of the other ones that I did yesterday, I'm doing it I'm just going to flip it around. Now also I am going to be adding some ways of doing the love reads to the monthly love reads, because a lot of people are like, oh, where's, for singles or, exes or whatever. So I'm going to try to accommodate everyone with just having one major focus extended love read per month. So, so the love reads that I work in to my dailies are just like, whoever is resonating with it, you know what I mean? Like however it comes out, that's who it's meant for. These are general messages, guys. Let's try not to make them fit. If they don't, we know if they do or not, right? The energies could always be flip-flop. So if I'm saying something about the other person and you're like, hell no, that's me or whatever, it's just, that means it's your reading, just flip it around accordingly. So let's get a crowning energy for you guys, and then we're going to go into the Celtic cross spread. I do want to mention a couple of things that are going on in the sky. We do have Mercury turning direct in Aquarius on March 9th, which is really good. And it is really the last chance for us to mess up, clean up, or revisit what we were working on during the retrograde. And Gemini, this is happening in your 9th house. So what I want to say about this is on the day of March 9th, the energy is going to be a little wonky just because there are a lot of focus there's a lot of focus energy in this house on March 9th. After March 9th, it's literally going to lift, like almost right away. Mercury is not going to be fully out of shadow until the 25th, but the seeds of blessings that are going to be happening because of any 9th house work that you've been doing is really indicated here. And this has to do with your philosophies and beliefs about life, your personal belief system, really being honest now about that new career path that's been whispering to you that may end up evolving into this like beautiful song that ends up taking you by the shoulders to shift your path once and for all. So that's happening on the 9th, okay? And that's going to be like a pretty beautiful soul-shifting kind of thing. And then also on the 9th, we have a full moon in Virgo, and that's going to be hitting your 4th and your 10th house. Okay, we have TikTok as your crowning. So that full moon in Virgo, that's going to be indicating that something needs to change, be let go of, or reconsidered when it comes to balancing your home and career. So this could have to do with balancing your time between the two better, or this can even be moving for work. For others, this can be suddenly ending up in a position where you work from home, and that's exactly what your soul's been craving, as it turns out, right? So that's really good. And then March 11th and the 14th, these are really benefic days if you have to do anything big. As far as like dealing with people, right? March 11th, we have the Sun in Pisces sextiling Jupiter in Capricorn, and this is going to be impacting your 10th and your 7th houses. So this is great for imagination and creativity when it comes to improving your career, relationships, any of your close connections. So maybe some of you may be deciding and are able to work from home, as I mentioned before, and it ends up being a great thing for your marriage or your relationship. This can also be meeting maybe a new business partner for those of you who aren't married or in a relationship, meeting somebody who has a shared vision to you regarding your career. So that's really good. We're going to talk about TikTok in a minute. Let's pull the energy here. It's interesting that we got TikTok because you're doing all of this revamping in your 9th house, which I really like. Okay. And then that last thing I wanted to mention is on the 14th, another positive energy, Mars in Capricorn sextiling Neptune in Pisces. And this is going to be happening in your 8th and 10th house. So positive initiation and forward movement in your ability to destroy old ego boundaries and open up new ones as you deal with other people's money regarding your career that will end up being incredibly positive for you. So maybe you're in a space where maybe you need to take on that business partner, you need to ask for help or something like that, and you comfortably being okay with that. really comfortably, being okay with that. This also indicates paying off debt. It's like figuring out a game plan for yourself to effectively pay off debt. So really good stuff. Now let's talk about TikTok, which is your crowning energy. So, Gemini, I don't know, have you been feeling as if like the clock is ticking, and you're getting a little nervous about your dreams taking a little too long to manifest? There's really nothing to fear, okay, regarding that. You're never going to run out of time for the important things. The miracles that are yours and yours alone, that are meant for you, they can't be missed. It's awesome. You're in such capable hands, right? This really does indicate that you guys are very surrounded by your guides and angels, kind of hovering in your space, in those invisible spaces, ensuring that your journey is going to be filled with all sorts of beautiful things. So try the best you can to let your anxiety be gently dispelled by your faith here. And the reason I like that is because that's what you're going to be doing in the 9th house. Really looking at your faith system, your spirituality, your philosophy, how you frame reality, So I really like this. This is all about appropriate timing. It's about divine timing. Nothing's going to be held back from you that's meant for you. So relax if you've been feeling any kind of anxiety about this, because the waiting is necessary here. It's happening for you. So let's talk about where you're coming from, okay? So in your past, we have the star energy. Now this could be related to a relationship, an intimate relationship, a family situation, a friend situation, or certainly career. And I'm always going to weave in the different scenarios that could be happening here. But the sun, regardless, is an Aquarius energy. So this is all about adding insight plus emotion towards healing. So I really like this because this is about doing something different. Remember, Aquarius are very, ruled by Uranus. At one point was ruled by Jupiter. So, Saturn rather. So, a lot of times people are like, oh, but that's so weird that Aquarius was ever ruled by Saturn, right? Because Aquarians are always like, free and easy. Let's do things out of the box. Let's be quirky and do things differently. But yet, there is this element of strictness, to the Aquarian mind, where they dig their heels in and they want to do things differently and in a certain way, right? And that's what this is about. This is telling me, that Gemini, that you are in a space of looking at your life and doing things differently so that you could work on healing yourself. You actively doing things differently in your life, working towards healing. And I feel like this is a very general message having to do with relationships and career and just the connections in your life overall. Now, the foundation right now during this time period, we have the Knight of Wands energy. So, the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands is Scorpio and Sagittarius energy. So this is all about a transformation, getting in touch with your philosophies. Again, Sagittarius is all about, these energies together are about transforming in a way that speaks to your integrity. Because Sagittarius is really all about integrity, ruled by Jupiter. It's about forward movement, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, which is all about transformation. So it's about getting really serious about this transformation and having such a fire in your belly to do it, because the wands are motivation. The wands is moving forward. There's a fire energy involved here, really positive. So we have healing, we have forward movement. I'm loving this so far. Okay, so let's get some more messages. So this is the situation right now, okay, where there's a lot of honesty and transformation going on in your life, where you're getting very honest about your belief system. Now, crossing this is the Six of Coins in the reverse. So I am sensing that a lot of this transformation was incited because you were feeling the need to change, because you were in a space in your life where you simply, and you may be there still, where you just don't feel the level of support in your life surrounding you that you need. Now, this is a Moon and Taurus card. This is like feeling very, very deeply inside of you that, nobody has your back. You're not feeling emotionally, mentally, and physically connected. You don't feel like you're getting the help you need. Now, if this has to do with a career, this could have to do with the idea that you're looking to transform your job, your career, your work, because you're not getting the money that you need right now in the career that you're in. And it's just not resonating with you as far as bringing you where you want to go. Right? But if it has to simply do with relationship of any kind, be it intimate, family, or friend, there is a lack of feeling that emotional, mental, and physical support that you know that you need and that you deserve, quite frankly, right? Now we have the Six of Wands crowning you. I love it. Gemini, I love the energy I'm getting from this. I really do. Six of Wands is all about victory and success and getting the respect that you know you deserve. And I like that this is crowning you right now. Like it's crowning the energy. This is you saying like, I need to be respected. And if I haven't been feeling respected, I need to identify where and why. And all of that is going to be healed towards bringing you to a space of being very victorious and very successful in whatever it is that you're feeling passionately about right now. So I absolutely love this energy. I really do. Jupiter and Leo. I mean, this is just about doing something exciting in your heart space that speaks to you in a way where your ego is going to be fed in a healthy way. So there's nothing wrong with ego. We need our ego, right? But where you're going to be kind of like drawing the line in the sand, which I really like that. Oh, and then we have the Four of Wands. This is, okay, for those of you in relationship, this is engagement, this is marriage, this is firm foundation. If this is to do with a friendship or a family connection, this is a new understanding where you guys are super solid. You kind of like built on this foundation that you already had. I really like this. For career, this is you moving into a space that's going to end up bringing you a really, really strong foundation. Now, you may not be there yet, but it's the idea that whatever you're getting into is the right thing. You're going to feel, first of all, very passionately about it, which is very important, guys. Really important to do. What speaks our soul purpose? It's important to know our charts, and it's important to marry up the energies of your 10th house, your 2nd house, and your 6th house. Those of you who've had, a lot of you have had readings with me, you guys, that's my thing, where you marry those up to figure out what your soul purpose is, because when we're doing what our soul purpose is, we're naturally going to bring money to ourselves. It's just because we're good at something doesn't mean that we're meant for it. You know what I mean? But this indicates to me a very strong foundation. Fabulous. Now, right now, indicating just you. So this is a situation, right, that you're dealing with in your life. But now, just you right now, we have the 8 of Coins in reverse. Okay, so this is a Sun in Virgo. So this is telling me that right now you're not in the space of building and making the money that you want, feeling that level of connection. You are not... I get this very interesting feeling of almost like a waiting, like, you know you're on the right path in some way, but because it hasn't completely unfolded or evolved yet to a certain point, there is still this feeling of lack, almost of not building, of not arriving. Okay, so now if this has to do with a relationship, Gemini, this could be you realizing that some sort of energy that you're dealing with, as far as an intimate relationship goes, you honestly don't feel that you're really going to be able to build with that person in the way that things have been so far. And you're getting very honest with yourself, doing that 9th house work. You're getting very honest with what you want for yourself, what you want for relationships, because that's all involved in belief system, right? I mean, how we think a relationship should be, that's our belief system. That's 9th house energy. How we view what success means in our life, that's 9th house energy. So it's you really understanding that where you want to go is not where you are right now, and you may not be able to have what it is exactly that you need as things are right now, currently in this cycle, with this person, in this job, within this situation. And I feel like that is what is inciting the change, right? But yeah. So I feel like this is you right now because of this external influence. And this is not you, okay? This is an energy that's external to you, that's influencing you. And we have the 7 of Coins energy. Okay, this makes sense to me. So the 7 of Coins in reverse. In the upright, I want you to think about the 7 of Coins as the apprentice energy, where there's a brand new cycle starting in something new. So this could be a new job, a new position within an old job. This could be you changing majors in school. This could be anything like that. If it has to do with career, it's like this new start in career. If this has to do with a relationship, this can be where you and a significant other, you guys were in a bad space and you kept trying to have this new start, but it was never actually working. You know, you'd have the conversations, but there was always this lack of emotional, mental, and physical support. There was always left of center. Something was always missing. And because of that, you're feeling like, okay, well, you know, I can't do this alone. You know, I can't do it alone. If they're not going to show up, you know, and this is very synchronistic because the external energy is the 7 of Pentacles. So this is telling me, and then you're the 8 of Pentacles. Both of you are reversed. So this is telling me that because of this, you're recognizing that this is not going to be able to continue as it is now, as it is now. And the reason I'm saying that is because the minor arcanas. So it's just recognition that whatever is happening in this cycle can't continue, because you guys aren't going to be able to grow if, I mean, it's logic, right? If you guys aren't in strong communication right now, you're not going to be able to grow if you're not in strong communication. If you guys aren't together, obviously you're not going to be able to grow if you're not even together, right? But it's this recognition that whatever's happening now, it can't continue if this person's going to stay in your life. This job can't continue in the cycle if you're going to be happy in it, you know, whatever it is. But your fear is the King of Wands in the reverse. So the King of Wands is a Cancer and Leo card. So this is telling me that you're afraid of not having that metaphorical home space, right? Cancer and Leo. And Leo's all about doing things that make us feel good. And you're just afraid that you're going to evolve into this space where you're not going to like what you're doing, that you're not going to feel that metaphorical home space, and it's just going to end up being uncomfortable for you. And that's what you're fearing. And this is just fear of the unknown, quite honestly. And that's totally normal. I mean, I understand that. Now, the outcome energy here of the current situation is the Queen of Coins in the reverse. So, I mean, Queen of Coins in the reverse, this is a Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. So this tells me that the hard work, Saturn, is not going to be put in a way to move this forward. Because whatever's happening here is going against your belief system. It's going against the way you think relationship is supposed to be. It's going against the way you think family connection, a healthy family connection is supposed to be. It's going against the way you think a healthy friendship is supposed to be, or a healthy work environment, you know? So there's definitely this recognition that this cycle is no longer speaking to you. It's just not, which is really important for you to understand and recognize now because of the energy in the sky that I mentioned before. So the near future of this situation as it stands now is the Temperance reverse. So yeah, I mean, this is a Sagittarius energy. Again, belief system. So in the reverse, this tells me there's not going to be movement forward, and it's not going to be, what you need is not going to be presented to you in the way that you need it. So therefore, you're not going to move forward in something because you're going to decide not to. I'm getting a very in control vibe here, Gemini. I do have to tell you. More than I've been getting in the past. So I'm liking this. You are really like ruling your land, my friend, and I like it. I do. It's recognizing what's not working in a certain connection, in a certain job, in a certain relationship, and you're saying, you know what, that doesn't feel good to me. That's not how I think things should go. And it's not even at all that you guys are doing this in a way that is like ego-filled or anything like that. It's just simply about you recognizing that you've been super patient up until now, very forgiving with things, and you really aren't willing to do that anymore in a way where you feel like you need to compromise yourself, right? This is about, you know, sitting back and asking the big question, I'm giving this much, and what am I getting back, right? Not that you want to be a scorekeeper, but you also, you know, don't want to be an enabler of some sort, right? So let's go into love. Those of you who are in the space of love, guys, and whatever comes out. Again, I will be doing more extended love read, dealing with the different, I don't know, how do you want to say, styles of relationship. You know, we have exes, we have singles, we have... Okay, so we have... We deserve love, soulmate, retreat. Okay. I don't read these, guys. Remember, I don't read the oracles in reverse. Okay, so the TikTok applies to the love reading as well. Guys, it's all about time. Timing. If things aren't happening at the pace that you'd like, you know, and Gemini's, right? Everything is wanted yesterday. Yesterday. Well, it's tough, right? When we're feeling very passionate about something. Of course. Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings. Sword and Rose. Okay. And let's list the oracles here, and then we'll pull a couple of tarot for clarifiers, and we'll keep those in the upright as well, guys, just to keep the energy flowing the same way. Oh, blank. I'll explain what that means in a minute. Okay. Geminis, I'm pulling this last row of cards. I want you to think about something, whatever it is that you want. Whatever it is that you want from this situation. If you're not together, it's that you want them back. Are you together, but you really don't want to be with them? You know, what is the wish? That's the blank card. Blank card is a wish card. I didn't even want to put words on it, though. I didn't even want to, you know, drive anything with the energy of you even seeing the letters on the card. Okay. Two cups. All right, so let's get into this. You deserve love. You are lovable. Soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Good, bad, or indifferent. Got those lessons there with the soulmate, right? You guys know my feeling on that. And we have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Nice. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. You know, I love this card because I feel like too many people beat themselves up when it comes to relationships. I really do. You know, how could I have not seen that coming? You know, why did I stay so long? You know what? You made the best decision you knew for yourself in the moment. That's what everybody does. Sometimes we look back and say, I might have benefited from choosing something different, but in the moment, we always choose what we feel is the right thing for us. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is time to give to yourself. I like this because of that ninth house energy. I just feel like you guys are going to be focusing a lot on your career, you know, and just really revamping what you really want for yourself. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. Very nice. Then we have Coffin. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, and transition. Yeah, I'm definitely getting a big changing here. Big shifting into another energy. Hand of cards, we have take a chance, risk, being strategic. Taking a risk. It's very much the Fool energy there with that. The Sword and the Rose, clarity, truth, revelation, solidarity, protection, and power. Yeah, I like it. So let's go through all of them and then we'll bring them all together. So again, the blank card is whatever it is that you wish for. That's the blank card, all right? I don't even want to inflect the energy by putting anything on there. Whatever it is that you're wishing for. Okay, and then we have as additional clarifier from this deck, I'm sick of competing with the rest of your life. So you might be dealing with an energy who has, you know, other family, other, you know, too much going on at work, whatever it is, you know, relate that however you resonate with it. And then boundary issues are a problem, but this doesn't mean I don't love you. Yeah. And then we have the Two of Swords. So this tells me that there's somebody is at cross purposes with themselves. So your wish here, the blank wish, can very well be this transition, this evolution, this, you know, development in a positive way, but you being at cross purposes, trying to figure out if it's even possible. Others of you are just really in a space of not knowing if it's what you really even want, you know. some of you just might be deciding, like, what do I do? What do I do? I mean, that's what the cross purposes. The cross purposes means that, right? It's a moon in Libra. So it's feeling very deeply in your subconscious, in your soul, even feeling in ways that you might not even be fully aware of, but you feel like something is plaguing you about the relationship, but you can't put your finger on it. And then we have the devil energy. So this is needing to deal with some sort of imbalance, all right? So there's imbalance at play here. So this can be some sort of addiction, whether it's, alcohol, drugs, food, sex, gambling, money, low vibrational thinking, ego, where the ego is very much an issue. Anything that would end up inflecting the relationship because it's an imbalance. I mean, honestly, this could be, and not that it would be a partner's fault, but, any sort of thing like PTSD or OCD, any sort of imbalance, having to do with the emotional or mental realm, where, things need to be understood and figured out in that way, right? Any area where there's imbalance, is something that needs to be considered in this connection. Is it an issue? And if it is, how could it be fixed? And is it possible, kind of thing? But then we have the Two of Cups energy. So this is really beautiful. This is Venus in Cancer. And you guys making an agreement that you really want to be together, that you're each other's home space. This is that space of, again, home. It's that fourth house energy. So I feel like, there is this this feeling of there being boundary issues, there being, this feeling where you do have to compete with the rest of the life of the person that you're with. But there's a need to step back, take some space, do some really honest thinking. Where is there imbalance? How could it be fixed? And is it possible? Let's pull a couple more of these. What's the confusion about? Yeah, I mean, just some food for thought. We have here, your deflection and gaslighting only makes you look weak and incapable of connection. So that can definitely be a devil energy, Doesn't mean they're a narcissist, but they can have narcissistic personality. So what I mean, the deflection and gaslighting, it's like trying to blame you for everything, always trying to twist things around and make, if they failed at something, rather than just admitting it, they try to turn it around so that it alleviates the pressure on them and puts the focus on you. And then I've been so busy trying to make you someone you're not that I lost who I am in the process. And I do know, I feel like a lot of Geminis that I've been working with are feeling a similar energy to that. So that makes sense. But then we have, you make me want to be a better version of myself. See, but this is relationships, guys. I mean, obviously there's something beautiful about this connection at some point. So this shows me that there needs to be some solid communication and some working through of things. Absolutely. But it has to begin by you being super clear on what it is that you want. So don't worry about the clock ticking. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about trying to understand why it all happened in this way that it did. Just grab the lessons, understand it's all happening for a reason, and really identify where you feel disrespected, where you feel like changes need to be made, but then you need to be very open to hearing them as well. But, let Mercury come out of retrograde, because it is your ruling planet. Again, add a shadow on the 25th. Do with that what you want. Goes direct on the 9th. Definitely not the 9th. The 9th is not a good time. But, any time from the 10th on for you guys to redress this, because I feel like there's a lot of emotion here. I really do. A lot of desire for connection, because we did get the Two of Cups. So that is what I have for you, Gemini. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like my energy, please like, subscribe, share. You guys know what to do. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.